Welcome back, students. So let's continue with the next question from the same chapter, that is deep water, from Flamingo, our textbook. And now already we have discussed two questions from the same chapter, same lesson. Now coming to the next. The story Deep Water talks about Douglas' attempts to overcome his fear of water. Then his fear of water, or this story Deep Water, can also be viewed as a figurative manifestation of what life's many challenges. Elaborate this statement with the reference to the chapter or the lesson Deep Water. Clear? See, now already I told you that in this chapter or this lesson, especially Douglas attempts to overcome his fear of water. That is one of the crucial points here. That is the major one. It means you have to go in detail, that especially to understand his attempts, that what he did to overcome his fear of water, or the challenge which he had, Douglas, or the phobia of water, to drive out the fear of water, what he did. And the statement is clear. It talks about his attempts to overcome fear of water. And it can be also viewed as a figurative manifestation of life's many challenges. We know that as a human being, we have to face many challenges in our life. Life, it means miseries and troubles, or the problems, obstacles, challenges. This is the part of our life. Nobody can ignore, nobody can avoid it. So here also, Douglas struggle. Here I wrote only the points, only suggestive points here. With the help of the points, we have to take examples from this story, from this lesson, which are useful, which will prove that this statement is appropriate in this chapter, in this lesson. See, now Douglas struggle, his determination to face fear or to overcome. Really, in this story, Douglas, especially from his early childhood, we know that he was terrified of water and avoided it as possible as that. He tried to avoid going near to water. Who? Douglas. Why? Due to phobia of water, fear. And it happens in our life also there. But how many days that we can avoid it? Anyhow, that we need to face the challenge, we need to face it, we need to overcome it. Their lives are that real test. So now, however, when he entered his teenager, we know that actually when he was 3 or 4 years old, when he went with his father on the beach in California, at that time what happened? He had a terrified experience there, almost to drown in water. The waves of water swept over him. He hung onto him. He was lost his breath, everything. So that fearful experience. From the very childhood, we could say that he had the phobia of water. And his terror of water created an obstacle in front of him. That was really a challenge for Douglas. But he accepted the challenge and he decided to overcome it. So Douglas, for a long time, that he remained fearful of water there. That here it is given, accept any experience here or any example. You can accept any example here. Example I wrote in short from the text as a link to life's challenges or obstacles. Here we have to collect any example from the text which we can link where the challenges or obstacles there of life here. The way that he took the challenge, because due to the fear of water, here Douglas, he could not enjoy, that he was almost, this fear handicapped him, deprived him from him of the joy of canoeing, boating, swimming, that he could not enjoy any games or the fishing. So later on, he used every way that he knew to overcome the fear of water. For that, we know that what he did in the month of October, that he hired an instructor, clear, and with the help of the instructor that he learned, that he practiced every day, 5 days in a week and hour per day. So in this way, that rigorously that he took practice, and finally he was able to swim, that he was able to overcome the fear of water. And especially the role of the instructor, that is very important here. And here that he will define clearly the way that he took a hard effort for what? To overcome the fear of water. With the help of an instructor, what he did, hundreds of times that he repeated the same exercise, everything, 5 days in a week, an hour a day, everything that you need to explain here. What he did there, that is what comes here. Later on, what happens there? Finally, he learnt with the help of his instructor that how to exhale, how to inhale, put head or nose under the water, then out of the water, all these things. So then next, however, to ensure that he had conquered his fear of water, Douglas went to Lake Wentworth's New Hampshire and dived off at Triggs Island. Then what he did to ensure that yes, without anyone's help, that I can swim. So what he did then, or I could swim. He swam 2 miles across the lake. Alone he went there to test whether I could swim or not alone. So he swam 2 miles across the lake to stand at island. He swam in different ways. How? Like the crawl, breaststroke, side stroke, backstroke, everything that he tried there. Only once the terror returned to some extent when he was in the middle of the lake, but he overcame it. Yet to clear his doubt, he went up to the lake Titan to Conrad Meadows now and camped in high meadows by the side of warm lake. The next morning he dived into the lake and swam across the other shore and came back here. He shouted with joy. Finally he had conquered his fear of water. So these points that he will explain here. So his terror of water and his conquest of the same gave him an insight into the meaning of life there and death. He made things possible. And now he understood the meaning of life there. When he overcome the challenge, the life challenge, he understood the meaning of life there with the reference to this experience, and he understood that everything is possible. He had experienced the fear of death as well as the sensation of dying. He felt there is peace in death. Therefore, he lived more intensely and enjoyed his life. He emerged as a stronger man, and that is possible only with the help of his determination, his resolution, his willpower. That is possible the way he did. It means, students, here we will explain that what he did there. Life means challenges. This is what the meaning. Obstacles, hardships, and what he did there with the help of an instructor, and to ensure whether he could swim alone or not, what he did, that we will explain here, and its significance. Clear? Now I hope that it is clear to you that how to explain this type of the questions in 120 to 150 words for 5 marks, long answer type question.